Second Amendment is antiquated. It was written by men over 200 years ago who had no idea what an assault rifle was. It has no place in today's America. Now, sure, you can have your sporting rifles, your shotguns, I mean, even your pistols. But why do you need a weapon that holds 30 bullets at one time that you can shoot in less than a minute? It's designed to kill people. Why would anybody need that? That's the argument, right? That's what you're hearing at every corner. That's what you hear at every turn. The fact is this. The Second Amendment was written by men over 200 years ago. And it did address their time. It also addresses ours. People will say that, they had muskets in mind. They believe that men should be able to have muskets. That's what the government had as well. Right now, there's all this debate, an AR-15, an AK-47, it's a military-style weapon. Our founding fathers and the citizens of the new republic, which is the United States, they didn't have military-style weapons. They had military-grade weapons, which means that the exact weapons that the standing armies had were the exact weapons that the citizens had. And in many cases, the citizens had better weapons. Our founding fathers looked at a standing army as the greatest weapon of tyranny. And they didn't see any reason for an army outside of time of war. There was no such thing as nation building and occupying foreign countries. That's a new concept invented by big government Republicans. So let's understand exactly what we're talking about. Thomas Jefferson, shortly after the writing of the Declaration and the signing of the Declaration of Independence, said that Americans have a duty to resist tyranny. A duty to resist tyranny. What does that mean? That means that when someone encroaches upon your solemn and sacred God-given rights, you have an obligation to your posterity, which is your children and your children's children, to hold fast and not let your rights be taken away. Otherwise, you curse your lineage. You enslave your entire legacy. It's a horrible thing. A horrible thing. So, to say the Second Amendment is antiquated is naive. And it's a purchase in, it's a buy-in to the belief, to the thought, to the dogma of progressivism, that we are somehow getting better and better over time, that we've evolved from the state of Thomas Jefferson and those men who wrote those doctrines. But here's the thing. The Declaration of Independence is one page. How is it that the strongest, most immutable document in our nation's history, along with arguably with the Constitution, Bill of Rights, together, all of them together? I mean, we're talking about 3 pages. Now, I mean, if you have a bill for to get funding to build a bridge, it's going to be 100 pages, 500 pages, 5,000 pages. I mean, look at TARP. Look at Obamacare. We still don't know everything that's in it. We still don't know all the unintended consequences. Look at how far they go to misinterpret the Constitution. How far will they go with such wide vernacular, words that give them such latitude that they can make it mean whatever they want it to mean? So you have to ask yourself, are today's politicians more honorable than yesterday's politicians? Is Obama more trustworthy than George Washington, who left his orchards, allowed them to die, took no salary to be president, allowed his orchards to die so that he could become a general and lead a country into battle for independence out of duty? Is Obama more honorable than that man? Then why do we want to give Obama more power? Why do we want to give Obama more authority? than we did to George Washington. That makes no sense. Why would I give more responsibility to a less trustworthy steward? Makes no sense. We have to be awake. We have to pay attention. The Second Amendment is called the guardian, the gateway to the Constitution, to all of our liberties, to all of our freedoms. And I know there are people of all persuasions that will read this, but the truth is true no matter what. So the Bible says that how can you come into a strong man's house and spoil his goods unless first you bind up the strong man? And it's a rhetorical question because there is no way. And it's that scene from Law-Abiding Citizen. You remember the movie Russell Crowe and who was it? Jamie Foxx, right? Beginning of the movie, they come to Russell Crowe's home and they tie him up. They tie him up. They don't tie him up for fun. They don't tie him up to see if they can tie him up. They don't tie him up because they think it might be better for society. No, they tie him up so that they can rape his wife and kill his daughter. There's a reason for their action. So you understand that the strong man of our Constitution, of our liberty, of our rights is the Second Amendment. It's what gives us the ability to practice our other rights. So when you come in and you want to take that away, you want to infringe upon it, what you're telling me is that you have a plan. What you're telling me is that now you can go after the other rights. It's a horrible, horrible thing. Politicians for gun control is like lions for antler control. Think about it. Politicians are the people who instill tyranny. And as long as you have an armed citizenry, no standing army can be at ease. Now you say, well, your semi-automatic weapons don't really pose a threat to the U.S. government anyway. Well, first off, we're not trying to pose a threat. We're trying to defend our liberty. So if your intention is to defend your liberty, it could be something as simple as a tyranny. If you have tyranny that is okay. Look at England and Scotland. England and Scotland is a perfect example. They were in no way matched in arms. So we're not talking about an arms race between the citizens and the government. That's absurd. They have drones, they have bombs, they have all kinds of crazy stuff. That's absurd to think that there's some type of an arms race. But even when when King Edward comes in with his cavalries and his pikesmen and his chariots and catapults and trebuchets and all types of siege weapons and weaponry, you've got Scots with hand-me-down swords and rudimentary weapons that are able to mount a defense. If you disarm the citizens, then you enslave the citizens. Well, our citizens are already wholly ignorant of history. So that's one strike against them. That's half the battle, as far as the tyrannists are concerned. The tyrants. Tyrannists. That's half the battle. The next half is just to make sure that the people who are paying attention don't have guns. Let's wake up.